guys, it's Tuesday and we're back. And I know I had a different whole video planned for today, but this morning I woke up and plans changed. I have been working with Archangel Michael behind the scenes, and we are creating something really beautiful together. And I'm sharing it with you today because Archangel Michael says that everyone who finds this, and there is no such thing as coincidences, only synchronicities, you are entering your savage era. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kate, the angel medium. I post Monday through Friday. I do channels from Archangel Michael and all the angels of the highest Christ of light. There is no editing. I sit down at my desk, I grab my mic, I hit record, and I receive the download as you watch. Yes, obviously I'm recording it and you're seeing it later, but as I'm filming it, I'm receiving it. So it's imperfect, but perfect. At least that's how I look at it. So, your savage era, not to be confused with your villain era. And if you haven't heard of what your villain era is, it's usually when a person gets to the point of no return and they no longer want to be taken for granted. They have hit maybe a rock bottom. They're so sick and tired of always kind of taking the fall or people taking advantage of them or taking their kindness as weakness. And we move into this place of anger in spite and rage. And while I think this is a very important part of the journey, we're not meant to stay here too long because we elevate, we grow, we expand. So your villain era is when you're still in victimhood. It's when you're still in this energy of, they did this to me, and how dare they? And everyone was out to get me, and they slandered my name and my reputation. Whereas Savage era is when you move into graceful authority, graceful dominance, meaning you have boundaries, you trust yourself, but you're also not afraid to walk in the room and be seen. And when you walk in a room now, it's not that the energy affects you anymore, but when you walk in the room, your energy affects the rest of the room. That's the difference. Savage era is savage in the sense where you prioritize yourself and love yourself more than everyone else. You are so hyper focused on your own well being, your own growth, and building the dream life you've always wanted. It's about being disciplined, devoted to yourself. It's when you no longer listen to other people's lies and you only listen to your inner truth because you realize that their lies, their perception of you are just that, lies. And you no longer give them validity or value. And instead, you only value your own truth. And your own truth becomes the only truth. See, when we are so hyper aware of what everyone else thinks about us, we lose ourselves and we lose who we are. We get disconnected. See, the savage era is all about reconnecting and remembering who you are. See, the villain era is all about revenge. Ooh, that's a confirmation right there. Let's keep going. The savage era or savage energy is clarity, saying no without guilt, knowing that you're allowed to and you honor your boundaries. See, it's when you move and they adjust and you don't explain why because you know your truth and you move accordingly. See, savage is Archangel Michael energy because you don't need to fight dirty. Your field is sealed, you're protected, you are guided, and your angels always have your back. See, your energy speaks louder than your words, anyways. Villain always claps back, always has to prove a point. And most of the time, the villain isn't even trying to prove a point to the other person, but subconsciously, they're trying to prove it to their self that they are worthy. Where savage energy, we allow our presence to do the talking. Savage era is steady momentum, not ups and downs, not burnouts and highs. It's the showing up every single day, and remembering who you are and moving accordingly. That's not to say we don't make mistakes. We're still learning. But Savage Era really is about embodying Archangel Michael. See, Savage isn't chaos. It's calm certainty. It's understanding that not everyone gets a seat at your table. In fact, one thing's for sure, everyone gets treated at the same level. I don't care if it's your mailman. I don't care if it's your doctor. I don't care if it's your lawn guy. I don't care if it's your coworker. They are all held to the same standards. And if they do not move accordingly, they do not have access to your energy. Just because your mother is your mother does not mean that she gets a pass and no longer has to or shouldn't be held at the same standards as anyone else when it comes to respecting you and respecting your boundaries. Your boundaries are for you. And if anybody chooses to disrespect the boundary in any way, that means that they are making the conscious choice that they no longer want access to you. Because here's the truth. If they just respected your boundaries, they'd probably still have access to you. You're giving them the choice and then you're honoring it, giving them exactly what they want in the sense where you don't want to honor my boundaries, then you've shown me that you don't want access to me and I'm going to give that to you. It's not your guilt that you need to understand. It's not your burden to understand. They made the choice. You set the standard. They decided not to honor it. If you walk up to a store and the store says, you cannot come in here with no shoes and no shirt, it doesn't matter who tries to walk in wearing no shirt. You will all be told to leave. No one gets special treatment. No one. You keep giving people the opportunity to have access to you just because they have a label that you think is more valuable than somebody else's, when we're all just human. And we all know right from wrong. And their trauma, their life experiences does not make them any more special or any more entitled than you. Because we all have a story. We all know right from wrong. So stop getting your empathy into trouble or allowing your empathy to get you into trouble. They know what you expect from them, but they choose otherwise. Your Savage Era makes it so that they don't have a choice but to respect you or get out of the way. See, your Savage Era is about no longer playing small and just being yourself authentically. Walking into a room with your shoulders back, and not caring about whether or not they like you, and only caring about whether or not you might like them. Yeah. How many times have you done that? Walk into a room concerned about how you will be received as opposed to whether or not you want to receive these people. That's the difference, guys. You are the main character and you no longer should be playing a supporting role. If anything, I've realized I'm not just the main character in my world. I tend to be the main character in other people's worlds too. I can't help it. They're so concerned about what's going on in my life. If anything, the less I give them an energy, the more they want access to me. And that will happen. Because the more you pull away, the more you respect yourself, the more the people that were benefiting off of your own self-respect or lack thereof, they're going to be upset about it. And they're going to push back. But this is where you have to be savage. And you just have to not explain yourself. No clapbacks. Just move accordingly. They're not on your level anyways, right? Let's be so for real. They're not. Because if they were constantly investing in themselves the way that you are constantly investing in yourself, they wouldn't need to take your light in the first place. Because people take from you what they don't have. So it's up to you to steal your energy, protect your energy, and no longer allow access to people that will not respect what is yours. It is theft. You don't leave your car unlocked. You don't leave your door open. So stop letting people into your home who don't belong there and don't respect it. The only people that destroy my home that I still let in the house are my kids. And they get punished and they get yelled at. I mean, I fuss my animals all the time and I love them. They're innocent. They get away with murder, but that's because they're cute. I mean, that's because they're cute. But here's the bottom line, guys. Not everyone gets a seat. And you can choose to forgive people or not forgive people. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what you do. Some people are perfectly okay with closing the door and never forgiving them, and they're perfectly fine. Some people really need to find forgiveness so they can close the door. Either way, you can forgive people and choose to never break bread with them again. You're allowed to do that too, because it's important to learn from your past, and people will be who people will be. You cannot change people, and you cannot save people that do not want to be saved. That's bottom line. It's also not your responsibility. We can inspire change by investing in ourselves. And I truly believe that that's exactly how people heal the world and raise the collective consciousness, is by self-investing. That's how you do it, guys. See, a lot of you in the spiritual space already have too much empathy and compassion. And your opposite problem is self-respect and boundaries and self-love. But yet you'll move into the spiritual space and you'll connect with a spiritual mentor who's telling you to be even more compassionate and even more this, but you're already an expert in that. Your issues, boundaries. Come back to self, guys. Remember who you are. This is your savage era, not your I have no backbone era, not the my empathy is getting me into trouble era. This is your savage era. This video's found you for a reason. Now, if you're healing from narcissistic abuse, I have an incredible course that will absolutely change your life. It's only $44. You can find the link in the bio. It's called Sacred and Savage. I'm really proud of it, and it's changed a lot of lives, and that's why it's at such an inexpensive price. I have other offers down there as well, and if you want to work one-on-one with me, you're more than welcome. Or if you're looking for a mentor, check out my Patreon. We meet every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Time, where you kind of meet with me in this group setting where I channel a weekly message, put you on task. You get homework, by the way, and we just really get to know each other. It's really, really wow, incredible space, and I'm very proud of it. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Yes, I can't wait to see what Archangel Michael has in store for us tomorrow. Bye.